Hi guys, this is Sadik from Droidin.com. In this video, we'll show you how to install the OTA updates on any Nothing phone which has Optane root. For the sake of reference, I'm using a Nothing phone 2 and it has Optane root by Magisk. Let's just verify it once. So this is the Magisk app and you could see I have Optane root. So I'll show you how to install the OTA updates. For that, let's use the third approach. You may also have a look at the first and second one, but although the third is the lengthiest one, but it has the maximum success rate. So with that in mind, let's get started. First and foremost, go to settings, about phone, and please note down the build number. Then you will need the exact same file of boot img or the init boot depending on your phone. For example, Nothing phone 1 and phone 2 use the boot img file. Then the phone 3 onwards uses the init boot and so on. So you have to get the file from the exact same firmware. There are two ways out, the lengthy way and the shorter way. In the lengthiest way, open this article, this link in a new tab, and from here, go to the section of firmwares, scroll down and you will see the firmware over here for your phone. Let's say in my case, it's the Nothing phone 2. Scroll down and verify the phone's build number, which is 260226. This is the one. So you may either get the entire firmware file, which I have over here. You could see in the download section, this is the entire firmware file, or you may simply hit the GitHub link and get only the boot img file. For example, currently I'm using this firmware. This is the build number. So just click on this, or you may simply get the file of boot or init boot from the GitHub link. So as you could see, this is the firmware number for my phone. So click here in the GitHub link, and from here, this is the same firmware. You could see, scroll down and just get the boot.7z file, and then you may extract it and get the boot img file or the file of init boot. So this is the shorter way. The longer way is to simply get the entire firmware. Once you do so, you will get this payload bin file, load the file in the Fireboot Enhanced tool, then choose the boot img file, checkmark allow incremental, and extract the image. Both are the same thing. You may do either of the two. Just make sure it's the same for the build number. And currently we have got that file as well. So extract it via extract all, extract, and you will get a few img files, out of which we require only the file of boot or the init boot. In my case, it's the boot file. So I'm again repeating, either get the entire firmware, extract via Fireboot Enhanced tool and get the boot file, or simply get this file of boot image, extract it and get the boot img file. When that is done, our next course of action is to flash the file. This will remove the root. In other words, this will replace the patch boot or the init boot file with the stock one. So with that said, let's just copy the file, which I have just done the extraction over here. So copy the file and paste the file inside the folder of platform tools. Then let's flash it. So for that, first and foremost, tap on build number 7 times, then go back, go to system, dev options, enable USB debugging from here. Once that is done, type in cmd, hit the enter key, then type in the command of adb devices and verify you are having an ID. Just wait for a few seconds. You might get a prompt as well. Okay, currently it's showing as all blank. Now it's fine. Allow. Let's once again verify it. Now we have got it. So now boot the phone to fast boot mode. For that, it's the adb reboot bootloader command. Hit enter. Wait for a few seconds and then we will replace the patch file with the stock file. In my case, I'm using the boot file. If in your case it's a file of init boot, then place that file over here. And now let's just flash the file. Depending on the file, just use the command. In my case, it's the boot command. So copy this, paste the file in the cmd window, hit the enter key. The flashing is now done in just a moment. And now you may choose fastboot reboot or just hit the start via the power key. Let's use fastboot reboot, hit the enter key. We have now replaced the patch file with the stock file. And with this, the root should now be gone from our phone. Let's just verify it once. And then we will install the new update file. So let's just wait for a few more seconds. And with this, the phone should now be inside the OS, which is the case. Now, if you launch the Magisk app, the root should have gone. Let's verify it. Launch the Magisk app. and you could see the root is gone because we have just flashed the stock file. So the root is now gone. Next up, get the OTA or the full firmware. Full firmware is the recommended one of the version that you want to install. So again, you may open this link, the same link, and from there you may get the required file, firmware file for your phone. So it's the Nothing Phone 2 in my case. And for now, let's use the latest one or any one of your choice. So the one which I'm currently using, let me show you, is this one, 260414. You may use any one of your choice, but for now I'm using this one. This is the full firmware. You could see the size as well. So please don't use the OTA. Instead, use the full firmware. And once we have got the full firmware, so now transfer the file onto your phone. But before that, make a new folder on your phone and name it OTA. So let's open any files app. Anyone will do. Though I guess I might be only having the files by Google app. No issues. Go to internal storage. Hit the plus key. Make a new folder. Let's name it as OTA and hit the OK key. A new folder is now added. View. So now simply place the file inside this folder. So let's transfer the file. For that, enable file transfer. So it's now enabled and your phone should now be shown here. Now just transfer the file, the firmware zip file over here. So copy this. This is the latest firmware I'm using. You could see. So let's paste the file. Okay, just give me a second. So there was not space on my phone. I have just made some space. And when that is done, let's now paste the file onto our phone. So this is our phone internal storage. Go to the OTA folder and from here, simply paste the file. This might take a few seconds. So let's just wait for that to complete. So guys, we have now got the file inside the OTA folder. So let's now install this. For installation, open the dialer app and type in *#* OTA #*#. So this is the one. Keypad *#* OTA ###. And once that is done, let's now install the file. So you may either see the Nothing offline OTA update or Nothing beta OTA update. Both are fine. In my case, it's the Nothing offline OTA update. So let's now apply the update. You can see it can easily see the file. If your file is not shown here, you may also manually choose the file. But in my case, it's shown here as you could see. So when that is done, just tap on apply OTA. I am again repeating. If the file is not shown here, you may hit the button of browse and then choose the required full firmware zip file. And when that is done, directly apply the OTA from select. You will get a prompt. Tap on OK button. The flashing will now start and this will take some time. So let's just wait for that to complete. So guys, as you could see, it's now going on. Just one note. You might see the engine error as unknown, or please simply skip that. Nothing to worry about as long as the flashing is going on, and the flashing will take some time. So let's just wait for that to complete. So guys, the flashing is about to get over. In my case, it took a little bit longer because I was using the full stock firmware and not the OTA file, and the stock firmware is around 4 or 5 GB. That is why it took a lot of time. In case of incremental OTA, that will not take much time. And now it's just verifying the update and the files as well. This should not take more than 15-20 seconds. So let's just wait for that to happen as well. Although you might use the OTA as well, but I will advise you to please use the full firmware. That is the most safest approach. And although it's around 4 to 5 GB in size, I know it's somewhat longer in size, but still please use the entire firmware and not the OTA file if that is possible. So with that in mind, let's just wait for around 5 to 6 more seconds. And once the flashing is done, you will have to do a reboot as well. If that does not happen automatically, please do so manually. A reboot is a must. So let's just wait for that to complete. And once that is done, you could see update OTA success. Do you want to reboot? Tap on confirm. And let's now wait for the phone to boot to the OS once again. And with this, the booting up is now done. If you have done the update from NothingOS, let's say 4 to 5 Android 16 to 17, then the booting up might take up some more time. But in our case, it's 4.0 to 4.1. So that did not take much longer. Let's just verify it once as well. So go to settings, system, dev options. Okay, let's go back first and about phone, and you could see the build number. It's now 4.1. This is the same one which we had just flashed, as you could see. So now moving on, let's now obtain root on our phone. So when that is done, you will again have to get the file of boot or the init boot. So first off, get the exact same firmware. So in our case, this is the file of firmware. You could see b4.1 2604.114. Get the exact same firmware again from the same link which we have got earlier. So you could see this is the firmware. So you may either get the entire full file, which will take some time, or you may simply get the boot file to have just a boot file, which is over here. So in that case, go to the GitHub link and from there get the file of boot.7z and extract the file, and you will get the boot img file. Both can be done. So let me show you how. So if you have used the entire full firmware, then load the file of payload bin inside the Fastboot enhance tool. You could see I have done that already. Then choose the boot file, allow incremental, and extract the image. Or if you have just used the file of image boot.7z, in that case, extract that file and you will get the boot img file. So this is the one in our case. Extract that and you will get the boot img file. This is again the stock file. So get the stock boot file or the file of init boot, whatever is the requirement for your case. So in my case, okay, remind me later. In my case, I have to use the file of boot from the exact same firmware. So the extraction is over here. Let's copy the stock boot img file from the new firmware and paste the file onto your phone. For that, change this to file transfer. And once that is done, paste the file onto your phone. Let's paste it here only. And we have got the stock boot file from the same firmware. Now you can simply install the rooting app of your choice and patch the file. In my case, I'm using Magisk, so I'll have to patch it by Magisk only. So let's launch the Magisk app. Tap on install next to Magisk, patch a file. And in my case, this is the boot img file, which is this one. Let's go. It will now patch the file and place the file inside the folder of downloads. So let's now get the file, which is this one ending with 2dm. Yes. So copy this file, paste the file inside the folder of platform tools, and let's do a renaming. For the sake of reference, let's just rename this to Magisk patch mp is fine .img. File name does not matter. Moving on. Once again, enable dev options if required and USB debugging. Then type in the command of adb reboot bootloader. The phone should now be inside the fast boot mode. Once that happens, you will now flash the patch file, which in my case is the patch boot file. So I will use this command. If in your case it's a file of init boot, then use this command and please replace the file name accordingly. So in my case, the command will be as follows: fastboot flash. The partition name is boot and the file name is mp.img. Hit the enter key. Flashing will start. Take only a few seconds. When that is done, just type in the command of fastboot reboot, hit the enter key, and the phone should now be inside the OS. And with this, the rooting might be done. I am saying might because we might have to do one more step in case of Magisk. You will have to install some additional dependency that only happens sometimes in some phones. So let's just see if that is the case with our phone or not. And the first booting up after flashing the patch file will take up some time, which is all normal, nothing to worry about. So let's just wait, and you could see our phone is now booting inside the OS. Once that happens, straight away launch the Magisk app and verify if there is any other requirement or not. So let's now do so. Let's open the Magisk app from here and let's see what is the case. If there's any other requirement or not. No, there's no requirement as such, and we have installed the Magisk app. It's now up and running, as you could see over here. And the modules are now again up and running, as you could see. The vector is the ls post and it's activated and running. No issue with the modules as well. Everything is fine. To verify the root once again, although I've shown you the vector app, but still, let me show you once again. Apart from the ls post, You may also type in the command of adb shell, then su, and hit the enter key. And you will see matches prompt, tap on grant, and it's now done. We have got the hash sign. So even after doing an update, all your modules will be up and running. Just keep in mind to disable all the modules before installing the OTA update. To be on the safer side, please turn off all the modules and only then install the OTA updates. And after that, you may re-enable them if required. But at the starting, please make sure to turn off and disable all the modules. Even if you don't do so, there's no issue. But to be on the safer side, please turn off all the modules and then get the full firmware or OTA image. Recommended is the full firmware extracted via 7-zip, and then get the file of stock boot img file. First off, flash it. This will remove the root. After that, get the new firmware, place the firmware inside the OTA folder, open the updater app, and from there install the update, do a restart. After that, get the patch, get the stock file of boot or the init boot, patch it via Magisk and flash it via fastboot and do a fastboot reboot. Then you will once again get the root and all the modules will be up and running. So guys, that's just about it. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching the video.